Okay, sir, your total is $100.10. I'll be back. Okay, I'm going to have to pay in pennies. Ah, damn it. Hey guys, welcome to another 31 Horror Toys in 31 Days review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Terminator figure by NECA Toys, and this is the police shootout version, I believe. Police station shootout. They don't actually say specifically what it is on the packaging. You have to kind of open it up to see what you're getting. Or you could check the back. And to be honest, I love this packaging very much. Unfortunately, mine's a bit warped. Gonna have to fix that up. I guess just put something really heavy on it until it takes back that shape, or maybe heat it up. I don't know if that would work. But I do like the look of this. The sides, it looks pretty cool. Sort of video game-like. There's the other side, NECA Real Toys. And if you check here, it tells you that you can legally kill children with it. And then it also tells you that if you're a 16-year-old and you get this, they will arrest you. Okay, so then I also like this up here. Looks like, I think this is an actual poster that they used for the basis here. Looks like it's not actually a picture, but more of a painting. Nice alleyway back there. There's a gun. Yeah, really cool. So then on the back, you get little stuff here like what he would see through his eyes as he has all these weird 90s or 80s technology computer stuff running through his head. It's weird. And then here he is over here, looking really nice. This figure is going to be really awesome to have open. And see this here? I just got an Ash figure. This is the Ultimate Ash figure. He has that same mirror. So it's kind of cool that they reuse the same sets for these things. So that's just kind of interesting. It looks cool there. And then just overall really nice packaging. And then if you open it up here, you don't actually technically have to take him out of the packaging to display him, because you can see the figure in here. He looks all nice. Got all of his stuff over there. And then over here he's displayed in all of his glory. I do like the look of that as well. Dang, it's going to be cool. Okay, so let's open this guy up. Okay, so now he's out of the package, and as you can see, this is what comes in the background. It's kind of cool. Looks like a little freeway park there. There's the Jersey wall. Yeah, not bad. I like that for the background. So let's set that out of the way. Let's take a look at his accessories first, because he comes with so many. If I were to get to Sculpt first, I'd have to mention the accessories anyway. So let's start out by talking about the alternate heads that he comes with. He comes with 3. So, first head here I do like quite a bit. That looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like dead on. And then he's got the sunglasses there. Are those Ray-Bans? I'm not sure. I like his haircut though. If I remember correctly, his eyebrows were singed off and his hair was like burnt a bit, so that's why he's got short hair at this point in the movie. And that looks really cool. There's his profile, and let's pop that out. It's fairly easy to take off. Let's see how easy it is to put on. Yep, harder to put on. It's a ball joint. There we are. Okay, so here's the second head, which is him missing his eyebrows with one eyeball gouged out. That's after he did surgery on his own eye. They actually have the figure of the other version of him in the earlier gray jacket with alternate arms of him repairing his arm, and then you can, like, I think comes with a head similar to this, but with, I don't know, something different. But that would be a pretty cool one to have as well. However, I do prefer this one. I'd say so far this is the better of the two. It looks exactly like Arnold Schwarzenegger, to be honest. That they always capture Schwarzenegger so well. NECA is really good at that. Hair sculpt is perfect. And just basically overall really good. I like the robot look in there. It's very well painted. Perfectly done. And I believe they call this the Ultimate figure. The Ultimate series of figures. They've got the Ash figure. They've got all sorts of other ones like Sarah Connor from Terminator 2. And yeah, just like a ton of others. I believe there's like 5 actually. There's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre one too. Nah, there's probably more. Okay, anyway. So here's the other head, which is the way more damaged head, and I like the look of this one. It's grotesque. Let me pop it on. This one's harder to get on, as you can see from the way that I'm struggling. Golly. Let me see if I can do this off camera. And let me... Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that was really hard to do. Normally I would suggest you heat that up or something because that was way too hard to do. There is a paint variation on this one, sorry about that, where his hair has a little brown dusting on there. I think that's supposed to be from like getting burnt. I don't know. There is a little bit of that on the other ones, but it just seems like it's a lot more on this one. Let me see. Yeah, although on the back of this one, maybe more, I don't know. It seems like it's just a problem with the consistency, I guess. But love that, look at there. That's all gouged up and scraped up and the silver's showing through. It's perfectly done there. A little dimple in his chin from some sort of shrapnel. His eye looks almost bloodshot. He's got all these like bruising over here. I like this head a lot. That's really Terminator-esque. And it's very well done. I do like this one. So if you want it to look like the actual Terminator, this is probably the head you'd want to have on because it's like obviously the Terminator, like this. Okay, now let's talk about some of his weapon accessories, which he's got this machine gun here, which he can hold fairly well. Let's take a look there. He can't, although his articulation, we'll get over to that in a second, he can't really double hold, so that's a problem. That's like my biggest gripe, I'm going to say. I like the sculpt of this one, but there's no real paint variation. It's maybe for the tape here, it's a light glossy brown, black. But there is a warping problem with this one. Not my favorite part of the set, but there's also this pistol here, which I do like a lot, even though it doesn't really work with the Terminator too well. It just looks way too tiny. But it does work with other figures, and that's why I like it. I don't remember him actually using this. Maybe he picked it up at one point, but I don't remember him using that. That's only like 6 shots there, so probably 5. I think that's a 38 special or something like that. Yeah, it looks really nice. It's well painted. It's got a little black wash on there, silver details all around. Just really nice. And then we've got the shotgun here, which is probably the biggest weapon from the set. I do like this one, although it's also got a little bit of a warping problem. And no real paint variation on it as well. But he can hold this one fairly nice as well. Let's get that in there. You can hold it with this hand, and if you want, you can put it in this hand. Although I believe the shotgun was in this hand in the movie, and the machine gun was in the other hand. I think. There we are. That looks really cool. He's dual wielding. Ugh. And then he just has, I don't know what you can do with the pistol. It's just set that on his head. There we go. Perfect display. Okay. I like that quite a bit, but he also has more accessories, believe it or not. It's alternate hands, and these hands are... there we are. That's actually not too hard to get in, but comes out a little too easy, maybe. Okay. And these are the charred up hands that would pretty much just match up with this head. They don't feel like they really go in. They sort of just sit on top with the hay. There we are. There we are. Okay, you just have to jam it until you feel pop, and then it's in there. Okay, kind of rubbery too. Looks good. It's got all charred up looks to it. Well painted. I like the glossiness to it, and then the sort of bloodiness in there. Yeah, and then here's a comparison next to the regular hand. And he can still hold the weapons, basically. It's the same hand, just a little difference in the sculpt and paint. Okay, and then overall sculpt and paint is really good as well. There's little bolt holes in his jacket, and even if you look closely, there's a little bit of blood in there. That's really cool. Let me get some focus. There's little textures all throughout. Little wrinkles in his shirt. Something I find odd is his crotch part doesn't really match up with his shirt too well. It just seems like this part is a little too skinny, maybe. I don't know. I know that this is a reused upper part from a different Terminator figure, and then the bottom part's mostly new. I think like this much is new right here, and then the bottom half of the legs are kind of old. Maybe not, I'm not sure. Okay, then on the back here there's even more gore. Look at that. I like that quite a bit. Little holes in there, but there's even a little bit of blood on the inside there. Let's see if we can get a look at that. Yeah, it would be way too hard to do, but yep, there's blood all over in there as well. And little bullet holes on his shoulder and stuff. Which if you want him to look like he's not been shot, that's kind of a problem because he's got bullet holes everywhere. Just like if you wanted to make, I guess, a Negan custom out of this because he's got a leather jacket, you'd probably have to patch up those holes. The pant legs look really nice as well. Little wrinkles all throughout. Yeah, just really no complaints here. Silver. Looks good. Okay, and now let's talk about articulation. I feel like we've taken enough look at the paint and sculpt. Like, just, it's basically everything you could imagine you'd need with this figure. They basically got for the sculpt and paint, but the articulation is the bit of, it's kind of their falling down. Alright, the head can move down that much and up that much. He can go full 360, and he's got some head pivot, so the head articulation is good. The shoulder articulation is tight and does a full 360, but at a bit of a V shape because of the jacket. He can move up to not quite a right angle to his body. And then at the elbow, he can't really bend very much at all. Just that, and then that. And then there's a full 360 spin there, as well as a free ball joint on his hand, so that he can just basically move up and down whatever you need there. Not too much, though, keep in mind. Same on the other arm to almost a T. Maybe he can bend a little bit more on this side. And then, let's see, at the waist here, there's a swivel, full 360. And then at the hips, this is part of what makes him the ultimate figure, because they've finally articulated a Terminator figure's hips. You can kick out like that, do almost a near split, then bring that back, and then you can kick forward that much, and backwards that much. And then there's even a little bit of a swivel there if you want, on both sides. And then at the knees, he can bend to almost a 90-degree angle. Not quite on this one, a little bit more on this one. And then he can do a full 360 swivel there, as well as a boot cut that does full 360. And then at the ankles, he can do another full 360. He can go back and forward a little bit, and he has a little bit of ankle pivot. Not bad, but can't really utilize that too well. Here he is with both feet flat on the floor to the fullest extent, if you can see that. So yeah, that's pretty good. I'd say the articulation is good, but not great. Not great at all. Just with the elbows so unarticulated, that probably is the one thing that puts a bit of a nail in his grave. But overall, I say this figure is really awesome. I would recommend him. He has so many freaking accessories. He's like 7 different figures in one. So honestly, I do recommend him. I would say he's worth retail price and maybe a little bit more if there's no other way for you to get him. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure to stick around for my other reviews and stick around for size comparisons for this guy. So I will see you guys in the next review. Peace. Here's the Terminator next to the Ultimate Ash figure. And here he is next to Kyle Reese and Sarah Connor.